Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to What's Brewing with the Bones. Now, I realize I'm not Jillian. I had to step in for Jillian today. This is usually her show. And granted, we did say at the beginning of this thing that, it could be mom, could be me, could be Jillian. And so Jillian has been kind of carrying the torch so far for What's Brewing with the Bones. She's really enjoyed it, been super excited about it. Waking up early on Saturday mornings, which says a lot for Jillian. She's not necessarily always a morning person, but yeah. So this morning you get to hang out with yours truly, Will of the Hitchhiking Bones. Thank you for being here. Welcome in already. See some people in the chat. We've got Mom's already commented, and then Jeremy Ears Alert. Welcome in. Thank you for being here, Jeremy of Ears Alert. And then, sorry, I looked down. I'm writing down everybody who's in the chat, so at the end of the stream, I can give everybody a shout out. And again, thank you for being here this morning. Bright and early on a Saturday. I know Eastern time's a little bit ahead of us, but just so appreciative and thankful that everybody's here this morning. So we got Jeffrey Resendez in the house. Thank you, Jeffrey, for being such a great supporter of our channel. And then we have Colin Cropley. Welcome back. It is great to see you in the chat this morning. Hey, Danielle, welcome in. It's great to see you in the chat this morning, too. So Danielle puts out some awesome content. Hey, Jumbo. Yes, Jumbo is Swahili for I think welcome or hello. It's a greeting. Hey, welcome in, Keith. Sorry, I'm writing everybody's names down as you join into the chat, so I can give you a shout out at the end. And I want to thank you for being here. And we got Big Disney Fan, who has kind of rebranded and shortened his name. And it's honestly, it's a lot easier and quicker to tag you in the chat now, Keith. That your name's been abbreviated down to BDF. But so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. So it's kind of funny that I'm doing this show because I do not drink coffee. And the show is called What's Brewing with the Bones. So yeah, fun fact for you. Will does not drink coffee. I've never really acquired a taste for it. But I have poured some Coca-Cola into this Kylo Ren mug to maintain the the spirit of this morning's show. All right, Colin says that he has been busy with Zoom meetings through the week. So glad it's over. Yeah, it is the weekend, my friend. And Jeremy of Ears Alert, thank you so much. This mug is super cool. I'm pretty sure we bought it on sale at the Disney store, like maybe even around the time The Force Awakens even came out. So let's see here. Make sure I welcome everybody in. I said welcome to Jeremy Ears Alert, Jeffrey Resendez, Colin Cropley, Danielle of Mickey's Girls, BDF, Keith, and So thank you, Danielle. Danielle says nice mug too. So appreciate everybody being here this morning. So yeah, did everybody have a good week? Let me know in the chat if you have any big plans coming up, or if you've watched anything cool on Disney Plus, or if there's anything that you'd like to share. Just let me know in the chat, and we'll talk about it. So yeah, once again, this is my first time doing the What's Brewing with the Bones show. Here in the background, we've got Porky the Pork. As Jillian affectionately named him, we picked him up on a recent trip to Galaxy's Edge, our first trip ever to Galaxy's Edge. And if you want to check that out, I know a lot of you in the chat already, we're part of those live streams that we did from the parks, and we're really looking forward to going back. And so, yeah, we've got Porky the Pork here, and then we've got our droid, which I still haven't named. I've got to name this little guy. I feel like a bad owner that I haven't already named my droid. But anyway, yeah. So, like I said, Jillian usually does the show, but here I am. Let's see here, looking at the chat. Well, Will, at least Coca-Cola has the same caffeine like coffee does, so that's close. Yeah, that's a good point, Keith. Colin Cropley says, yes, I watched Disney 4 last night as movie night. It's also the 2-year anniversary of my trip to Disneyland. Awesome. Let's see, I got a Talladega race on Sunday. Very cool, Colin. Yeah, so Colin, how was your trip to Disneyland? Jillian and I have been one time, and so another fun fact for you. So I don't drink coffee. And another fun fact for you is I've been to Disneyland one time. It seems like, for whatever reason, it seems like we always seem to go to Florida, to Walt Disney World. I think, growing up, I think there's just more parks there. And so I think, and I think we're a little bit closer. It's usually cheaper for us to get to Florida versus California too. And so we usually, Disney World is really our home park, if you will. But I was going to say, so yeah, we've been to Disneyland one time. Really want to go back. We had a blast. It's a very different experience than Disney World, and it's almost, I liken it to, which I've mentioned this on the stream before, but I really liken it to going to Wrigley Field. That's where the Chicago Cubs play. I haven't been to some of these other iconic baseball parks, like the Red Sox park, and some of those other kind of older iconic baseball parks. But there's a feeling when you walk into that park, you can just kind of feel the history in the air around you. And I've very much, the first time I stepped, into Disneyland, I could feel it. I had that feeling. And so, yeah, we've been to Disneyland one time. Very, very different experience, even though a lot of the attractions are the same. But very different feel. Obviously it's smaller. Things are much more compact and closer together. And also too, a big thing I remember was my legs weren't as tired at the end of the day at Disneyland. And so the other funny thing is that Disney California Adventure, the other park out there, is literally right across this walkway thing called the Esplanade. And I, whenever people said that the parks were right next to each other, I didn't mean they literally meant the parks were right next to each other. But very awesome experience. We loved Disney California Adventure, and that was before they changed things up to make Pixar Pier. It was still Paradise Pier at that time. So looking forward to going back at some point. And if we do make it back to Disneyland, we will have to meet up with our good friends, Monarch Moments, Garrett, Michelle, and Hannah and Gabe. Really hoping we can see them the next time we're out there. And then, of course, meet up with our family friends, the Fujitas. We love them very, very much. But let me get caught up in the chat real quick. Colin says, I loved it. It was during Halloween. I went on some great rides and met some great characters. Those are good times. I hope to visit Walt Disney World April 2021. I hope you do too. And I hope that maybe by April, who knows? Who knows how this thing's gonna go? Things are so, it seems like out of whack with how things have gone this year. Hopefully, things are a bit more open, not as many of the restaurants, and hopefully some of the shows are back. We'll see. I mean, obviously they just had that giant layoff, which is really sad, and our hearts and our thoughts and our prayers go out to all the cast members and their families that are impacted by the layoff. And we really hope that Disneyland will be open sooner rather than later. I think that they just met with Gavin Newsom, and I think that's the governor's name of California, and the parks wanted to be involved with, setting the guidelines and the restrictions. Sorry, let me Let me take a quick drink of coffee here. But or not coffee, it's Coke. It's in a mug. It's a mental trick on myself there. But I believe the parks wanted to meet with him to kind of determine, like, guidelines and the rules being set before, he just made up, he and whatever committee he has together makes up, the rules, and, the guidelines are, unlivable, and, it wouldn't really be a good experience for everybody entering the park. So yeah, actually, I've never been to Disneyland during Halloween, Colin, but I have been to Disney World, which is where I got this shirt here. This is from the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party from 2016. And Jillian and I just had a blast with that trip. We actually dressed up. So I'm sure, I don't know, I think maybe Mom has put the picture out on Instagram. If not, I'm sure it will make an appearance this year. But Jillian and I dressed up as Anna and Kristoff from Frozen whenever we went to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and had a lot of fun. It's so cool to walk around the park and see, all the other guests dressed up as different characters. So a lot of fun to see who everybody chose to dress as, what costumes they decided to wear. And so, yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And honestly, I'm tempted to give it the edge over the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. If you've been to both, let me know in the chat which one you think, or which one you enjoyed most. And that's hard for me to say because, I'm a Christmas baby. Like, my birthday is on December 25th. And so it's hard for me to, like, I'm very much biased, towards Christmas over Halloween. But I thoroughly enjoyed the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. We had a great time. And they've even, since 2016, they've even made it better. There's even more things to do. Granted, it was canceled this year. But, last year watching the Resort TV 1 streams, there's so much you can do. Like, I mean, they give out candy and everything, and there are different trails and characters you can see, meet and greet. One of the characters, they're some of the villains and some of the more rare characters that make, that don't appear in the parks as often are out for the Christmas or the Halloween party. For instance, Jillian and I met Jafar from the movie Aladdin. And it's so much fun. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Keith said, Will, did you put your droid together? Maybe you can name him BB9 or R3D3. Those are cool names. Danielle, Mickey's Girls, says, I watched The Haunted Mansion on Disney Plus yesterday. A lot of people, here's just a side note. I really enjoyed the Haunted Mansion movie. Eddie Murphy is hilarious. I thought it was a neat story, that they're real estate agent team, husband and wife real estate agent team, and Evers and Evers, real estate. And, what was their tagline? Something like, we want you to be happy for Evers and Evers. I thought it was really clever. There were some funny lines. The busts, the singing busts were really funny. It cracks me up whenever they're saying, Eddie Murphy's character and his daughter and son are talking, and they as they're talking and they're amongst each other, the bus keeps singing songs. It's like, you left your key in a mausoleum. And so the busts were really funny. You get to see the hitchhiking ghosts, Ezra, Phineas, and Gus in the movie too. You get to see Madame Leota, which I thought was really neat. I thought it was a neat story and really enjoyed it. And it's interesting to contrast, kind of the success of the Haunted Mansion movie versus the Pirates movie, because I didn't realize it or even remember. But apparently the Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, came out the same year as the Haunted Mansion, and obviously, that movie got a ton of sequels. And I love pretty much every one of them. I like some more than others, but you contrast, like, Pirates got all of these movies, and really just skyrocketed, completely took off, and the Haunted Mansion movie didn't. And so, I would like to see, maybe some sort of reboot, or maybe even a Disney Plus show. I guess this is a good time to talk about it since we're entering into October. We're 3 days into October now. But I would love to see some sort of reboot, whether it's a Disney Plus show or if it's a full-on feature film, or maybe even some Disney Plus shows that possibly build up to some sort of feature film of the Haunted Mansion. There are a lot of different characters in the Haunted Mansion that we honestly don't know much about. There's the groundskeeper and the dog. There's Madame Leota. There's Constance Hatchaway. There's Master Gracie. There's all these different characters. Here, what was it? Here Lies Fred. I want to say, is it a giant rock fell on his head? There's different tombstones outside of the Haunted Mansion. You can hear the dog howling in the distance. But I would love to see some sort of Disney Plus show or another shot at them making a Haunted Mansion movie. And I would love for it to really, take off and generate a lot of buzz, because obviously our family loves the Haunted Mansion. So let's see here, get caught up in the chat. Let's see. Mickey's Girls, Danielle says, we went to Disneyland for the first time last Thanksgiving. Nice. Hope you had a great time. You'll have to let us know what you thought. Oh, yeah, Mom asked you what you thought here. Jeffrey Resendez said, I will be seeing college football games today on TV, and I'll be on Danny's stream today and maybe on Danny's stream this afternoon to talk college football today. Nice. Very cool. That's really cool, Jeffrey. Good morning to Dean, the turkey Lakester. He says, good morning. I'm getting ready to go do some errands, but watching for a few minutes now. Hi, Will and everyone. Dean, thank you so much for being here. Dean, you're one of my favorite people to track on social media, just because I love how positive you are, and you really make me laugh and smile too. So thank you for being here. Jeremy Isalert says Disneyland. Oh, wow, the chat just loaded up a bunch. I got behind a little bit there. Sorry about that. I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, the chat just popped and all of a sudden. Okay, here we go. I'm caught back up. All right. Jeremy Isalert says Disneyland is a bucket list item for me. I haven't made it there yet. I have been to Disney World 16 times since 2010. I'll tell you what, my friend, Jeremy Ears Alert, you are blessed to have been to Disneyland that many times, or Disney World that many times since 2010. That's so cool. Colin Cropley says, I also hope to visit Disneyland Paris. It's on my bucket list along with Tokyo Disneyland. I need to get a new passport. Yeah, you do. Our family really wants to go see some of these other parks. And another fun fact, I've been to Hong Kong Disneyland, and that was a really neat experience. Very different feel, honestly. I just happened to be with my university's College of Business on a 10-day trip to China, and we were, this is back, I think, in 2014. Yes, 2014, summer 2014. Went on a 10-day intersession trip with my university's College of Business and went to China. We went to Beijing, Shanghai, Xi'an, Guangzhou, and ended at Hong Kong, which is not technically, as of today, owned by China. It's very westernized, very different mentality. Fun fact for you, Facebook, as of, I don't know if it's changed or not, but Facebook was actually banned in China while we were there. So you had to use a VPN. People on our trip used a VPN to change where their location, where they were accessing the internet from on their device. And they changed it to some neighboring country that allowed Facebook. But once we got to Hong Kong, you could access Facebook. It's very different. very different experience, in Hong Kong versus, all the other cities that I talked about. But so, yeah, I've been to Hong Kong Disneyland, and it was really neat. There's what's the name of it? There's like a grizzly bear kind of river rapids ride, which is really cool. They have a Toy Story Land at Hong Kong Disneyland. So that was the first time, and some of it kind of reminds me of the Toy Story Land that we have in Florida now at Walt Disney World. But the rides are very different. There's a Slinky ride, but it's kind of just like a big circle, and the cars just kind of go up and down, and Slinky's just kind of chasing his tail. But it was fun, and they had a Green Army Man ride, a parachute ride, where basically, it'd pull you up and then drop you, and then pull you up and drop you. And that was fun. They had, I want to say, the Buzz Lightyear Ranger Spin and Tomorrowland, just like at Disney World. But I'm trying to think of some other rides. Oh, they have an RC car ride, but it's just, it's kind of like, I don't even know if there's a Disney ride I can compare it to. It's more like closer to almost kind of carnival style ride, where it was like half, almost like a half pipe. So it's like the ramp goes like this. And so RC would start off at the bottom, and you'd board and you'd drive up, and then he would come back down, and then it was kind of up and down. So that was one of the rides that they had at Toy Story Land too. So, in terms of decor, decorations, the theming of Toy Story Land, there are some similar elements, but the rides were very different at Hong Kong Disneyland. And I'll tell you what, I will kick myself. Hopefully one day I will be able to go back to Hong Kong Disneyland. Also want to go to Shanghai Disneyland as well. I honestly, I would love to try to make it, in my lifetime, to each of the different foreign parks as well. But yeah, Shanghai Disney looks incredible. They have an incredible Pirates ride. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out, because it is absolutely incredible. To me, it's got to be one of the best rides they've ever made, and that includes the new ride, Rise of the Resistance, which we just saw on a recent trip and had a blast. We were able to ride it twice. We had 2 shots at it. We skipped Epcot on our previous trip to give ourselves 2 chances to do Rise of the Resistance, and it paid off. We got to do it 2 times. So absolutely, Colin, need to get your passport updated. And I really need to go through my pictures and look and see, kind of talk about my trip to Hong Kong Disneyland. I just got to spend one day there, and we didn't even get to spend the full day, which was kind of a bummer because we had to travel that day. And so it was just a partial day in the park. I didn't get to ride Mystic Manor. I will forever kick myself until I have a chance to go back for not riding Mystic Manor, which, you could watch that on a ride through of that on YouTube as well. I think Joe Rohde had a heavy creative influence in that ride, and it's absolutely incredible. And I didn't ride it because the wait time was longer, and we didn't have a full day in the park. And so everybody in my group was like, okay, we were looking at kind of the English translations of the different rides. And it's like, they said, oh, it's Mystic Manor. That's probably just like the Haunted Mansion. We know what that's about. Let's just, let's go ahead and leave. And I don't know why I didn't think to watch a ride through of the ride on YouTube or look for that. I know those things are more, that was 2014. So those things, it's 2020 now. Those things are much more available. There's a lot more, Disney channels, I don't know how far back the Disney YouTuber history goes, but I should have watched some sort of ride through. We should have ridden that ride, and I'm going to kick myself until hopefully one day, Lord willing, I'm able to have a chance to go back. So yeah, I really hope to make it to some of those foreign parks in other countries. Mickey's Girl says, I loved Disneyland, hoping to go this year, but that doesn't look possible. Yeah. Oh, please open Disneyland. We want to go back so bad. We've got friends out in California we love very much. We'd love to see them. But let's see here. Continue to look at the chat. I got to get caught up here. Just popping in to say, hey, Will and all. Hi, JLB Nerdy. Thank you so much. You're too kind. And thank you for being here, Jenny. Hey, Tina McNeil, DCS. Welcome in. So glad you are here this morning to enjoy some Coca-Cola with me since I don't drink coffee. All right, let's see here. Looking through. Keith says, on the 11th, Kelly and I are changing our discussion to pins and pin trading and hopefully add in Taylor. Okay, neat. It's a little channel update there for Keith, a big Disney fan, BDF. Sorry, take another sip of my drink here. Carol, welcome into Car Key. So glad you're here. We're just talking, let's see. Looking through. Oh, Jeffrey Resenda says I dressed up as a police officer at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party in 2010. That's neat. Mom says I was a Haunted Mansion ghost host. Tina McNeil says I like Christmas more than Halloween. I like the Halloween party more than Christmas party. So we're in agreement here. Mickey's Girl says I can't decide. I love both. Yeah, both the parties are great. They're so much fun. Really enjoyed it. Hey, yeah, welcome in to my best friend in the whole wide world, Clay McKinney. I'm so glad you made it here. Yeah, thanks for joining in. Sorry, I just noticed you were here. I'm about 4 minutes late. I'm trying to get caught up in the chat, but shout out to Clay McKinney. Love you, brother. And thank you for jumping into the chat. So real quick, let's see, we've got about 17 minutes left here. Looking through, I pulled up some today in Disney history facts, and so it's going to look here. Let's see, here we go, 1971. So a little bit, so rewind just a little bit. Disney World in Florida opened up on October 1st, 1971. So we just celebrated the 49th birthday of Walt Disney World. So here's a fun fact for you. Today in Disney history, Peter Pan's flight opens at Walt Disney World today on the park's third day of business. Based on the 1953 animated film, guests board vessels attached to rails above and soar over the skies of London. It's a really neat ride. Still has, I'll tell you what, that ride has been around since 1971, and the wait time for that ride is still, oh yeah, thanks, Clay. He said, love you too, bro, drinking my coffee while you sip on your Coke. That's funny. But, so yeah, the Peter Pan's flight, even though, I'm sure that they've touched it up since 1971, and, I'm sure that they've probably done some work with the animatronics and stuff. But the Peter Pan's flight seems to always have a long wait time. It's incredible. Like, things are very different right now in the parks. A lot of wait times are shorter because they're not letting in full capacity into the park. But it seems like every trip that I go on, during normal times, with obviously not during the mask and the less capacity. It seems like we always, Peter Pan's flight always has like a 75-minute wait, and it's crazy. Like I think it's probably a lot of it has to do with it's very accessible. A lot of the kids can ride it, and it is a really neat ride. But it seems to always have such a long wait time. It's crazy. So yeah, 1971, 3 days after the park opened, Peter Pan's flight. Very neat. Oh, here's another cool one. 1996. The World of Disney, the world's largest Disney store, opens at Walt Disney World Village Marketplace in Florida. So that's 1996. That's amazing. Epcot's new, and also in 1996, Epcot's new Illuminations 25 debuts to the public, and that's they're obviously changing shows. I think the new show is going to be called Harmonious, and so that's really neat. 1996, that Illuminations opened up. looking here, 1998. Let's see, we have, it says Disneyland's Davy Crockett's Explorer Canoes unexpectedly closes. Interesting. 2000, fast forward a little bit, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas is released on DVD and home video, as is Disney's 1949 The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. So very cool. Let's see, 2001, the Disneyland Resort hosts the Nightmare Before Christmas Enchanted Evening. That's neat, to celebrate the Haunted Mansion holiday. So that's really neat. I'm wondering, I'd have to do a bit more homework here, but I'm just looking at this today in Disney History site. I'm wondering if that was the first time that they did the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay of the Haunted Mansion. So Jillian and I have only been to Disneyland one time. So we've never seen, well, granted, we could watch streams on YouTube, but in person, we've never seen the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland without the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay, which is out of this world. It's amazing. It looks so cool. But yeah, we actually went, I think back in 2017, Jillian and I went to Disneyland and just had a wonderful time. Jillian was at Disneyland for her birthday, and we just had such a wonderful time on our trip. But yeah, that Haunted Mansion overlay for Christmas that they do for the Nightmare Before Christmas is so very cool. Just rewind a little bit. Dean says Peter Pan's Flight is one of my favorites in Magic Kingdom. That's awesome. That's really cool. And obviously, Dean says my favorite Disney food is turkey leg. Shocker, I know. I never thought, Dean. I never would have thought. Just kidding. We love you, buddy. Let's see here. Looking here. Let's see. Just kind of scrolling through this Disney today in Disney history. Ooh. Okay, 2014, the new animated series Star Wars Rebels, produced by Lucasfilm Animation, premieres as a 1-hour television film entitled Spark of the Rebellion on Disney Channel. I'm actually working my way through Star Wars Rebels, the series on Disney Plus. Let me know in the chat if there are any shows on Disney Plus or any movies on Disney Plus that you've watched recently. I know we talked about the Haunted Mansion earlier. Are there any shows you're looking forward to? Let me know. Once again, I have to finish Star Wars Rebels. I think 3 seasons in. I want to say maybe at the beginning of season 3, possibly. But I know the name of the episode that I'm on. It's called Heroes of Mandalore, and I think it's part 2 is the one that I'm on. But my brother-in-law actually encouraged me, Jared, who's a big Star Wars buff, actually encouraged me to start watching Rebels. And he said, actually, if you're going to start watching, you need to go back and watch the Clone Wars. And so I worked through all 7 seasons of the Clone Wars. Absolutely loved it. They're all on Disney Plus if you have that. But just it's very, very cool. It's a great series. It really unpacks and adds some more color and some more life to some of these other characters that many of them in the prequel movies you only see in the background. Some of them don't even have speaking lines, it seems like, and so you get to learn so much more about the all the prequel all the different Jedi from watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars. But both of those are excellent, and I would highly recommend them, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Most of you have probably already seen it. Like I said, I was a bit late to the party. It's actually kind of worked out perfectly, though, for me watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars, because I watched seasons 1 through 6, and then season 7 was coming out on Disney Plus. And so the timing just worked out great because they started releasing the new episodes and finished out the series. And so you get to see more of, Padme. You get to see more of, some of these other Jedi like Plo Koon, is one of my other favorite Jedi. Some Mace Windu, A lot of people don't like him. He's infamous, but there's also Jar Jar Binks. You get to see some more of him. You get to see some more of Count Dooku. Of the Sith. You get to see how Emperor Palpatine, Sheev Palpatine, gets kind of pulls the strings. He's kind of the puppet master. He's playing both sides to eventually lead to him taking over and becoming the Emperor. Let's see. Dean says, I rewatched Homeward Bound a few months ago back when Disney Plus, when it came to Disney Plus. It's one of my favorites. That's a great show. I'll tell you what, Dean, I cannot remember the dog's name off the top of my head, but the older dog, the lab, there's a golden retriever. I think it's a golden retriever. Whenever that dog falls into the mud pit and has trouble getting out, it breaks my heart every single time. I really love animals. The animals, I've always loved animals. Shadow, there we go. Yes, Shadow. When Shadow ends up in the mud pit and has trouble getting out, and you're wondering whether or not he's going to make it, I can remember young Will just being so sad, and then old Will still gets sad and worries about him. I want to say we watched Homeward Bound maybe, I don't know, within the last couple of years. And whenever that happens, it just breaks my heart. And I'm so glad whenever he gets out. Yeah, must have tissues. I'm so glad whenever he gets out. But so yeah, a little bit more Disney history real quick. I think the last thing I want to cover here on the Disney history is today in 2015, droves of spiffed up Disney guests arrive at Disney's Hollywood studios to celebrate Dapper Day. Says the long-running unofficial Disney event is celebrated at Disney parks throughout the country, where guests come dressed in their favorite Dapper attire. I would love to make it for Dapper Day eventually at either one of the parks. Would be awesome. But yeah, so let's see here. I wanted to show off. I want to show off. I don't think I've shown it on stream yet. But I bought this shirt at the World of Disney. So shout out to the World of Disney, which opened a while back that I mentioned in Disney history on this day. But I bought this shirt right here at the World of Disney store at Disney Springs. And this shirt, I'll tell you what, it's a button-up shirt. And it has a pocket here, and I'll tell you what, this shirt has more attractions on it than I have ever seen probably any piece of Disney merchandise have on a single piece of merchandise. So let me hold it up close just so you can get an idea of all the different attractions that are on this shirt. You've got the Pixar ball, you've got the Jungle Cruise boat, you've got the Fantasmic scene. You've got Zurg's logo. You've got the Epcot ball. You've got Space Mountain. Like, there are these little cartoon drawings or renditions of all of these different attractions. And I saw this shirt, and I bought one for my dad because I thought it was so awesome. And then I told myself, I was like, I've got to have this shirt too. And so just looking at it, the Haunted Mansion's on it. The tower with the pirate flag that's there next to Pirates of the Caribbean's on it. You can see the Zurg logo from Buzz Lightyear's Ranger Spin. You can see the mountain from an Expedition Everest. You can see some animals, obviously pointing to the Kilimanjaro Safari. It's just amazing. The train there. You can see. Yeah, thanks, Carol. Hey, welcome in to Happily Ever Yachty. Thank you for being here. Let me get you written down so I can give you a shout out here in a second. But yes, sorry, Yachty, I am not Jillian. I am filling in for Jillian, and then one of us is either me or Mom. Let us know in the chat who you'd like to see next week. If you'd like to have me back to do What's Brewing with the Bones. Let us know in the chat, or if you'd like Mom to do What's Brewing with the Bones next week, let us know in the chat. But yeah, so I saw the shirt, and we had to have it because there's so many awesome, so many awesome rides and attractions from the parks that are given a shout out on this shirt. It's mind boggling. The Tower of Terror. It's just incredible. And mom says, your dad loves his shirt, by the way. Good. I'm glad. I knew he would. It just, I knew that that's funny. Tina says, I'm greedy. I want all of you. That's funny. Yeah. Jillian actually has a bachelorette party. So yeah, there's a rock and roller coaster over here. Sorry, the shirt closed on me there. A rock and roller coaster. There's so many in the carousel. There's so many awesome rides that are on this shirt. So I wanted to show it off on stream, and I thought, you know what? Since I'm doing What's Brewing with the Bones, let's show off this shirt. I just thought it was the coolest thing, and I can't wait to wear it. I haven't worn it yet. I'd actually need to wash it and wear it. And so yeah. It was one of my, like I said, I saw that shirt at World of Disney, and I thought I have to have it, and my dad has to have it. I know that his nieces and Wyatt also, whenever they see him wearing it, are gonna love it because there's so much to look at. It's like a kind of like a Where's Waldo or like a Find It. You could, the longer you look at that shirt, the more you see, and so. But yeah, oh man, we are really close to 9 o'clock Central, and I don't want to hold everybody up. I think Mom said that Dole Whip Dad goes live at Dole Whip Dad goes live at 9:15 today. Diz Dream goes live at 11 a.m. today. Coffee and Contemplation, I believe that's Lynn of the Lynn Project, goes live at 11 today. Myers of the Mouse goes live at 1 p.m. and What in the World with Russ goes live at 3 p.m. So double check those times. I'm not sure whether all of those are Eastern or some are in Central possibly. So double check those times. Let me put that up on the screen. Let me see here. Yeah, sorry. I should have been putting comments up on the screen this whole time. So sorry about that. but thanks for hanging in here. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Hope you've had a good time. Hope you have a blessed day. Let's see here. Mom says, Dean says, okay, heading out now. Have a gobble-tastic day, everyone. Don't worry, I'm going to hurry back. Thanks, Dean. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here, my friend. Oh, yeah, Jeffrey Resendez says, and Carol's goes live at 10 a.m. today. Is that Car Key Carol? Which Carol are you referring to, Jeffrey Resendez, so we know where to point people. Oh, Happily Ever Yachty. Happily Ever Yachty says 14-day countdown to Disney. That's awesome. We hope you have a wonderful time. That is too cool. Oh, yeah, Mom says Dole Whip Dad goes live in just a few minutes at 9:15 Central today. Okay, good. That's good to know. So, yeah, I'll probably jump in on that chat too. But thanks again, Tina. I was just scrolled up in the chat, and I noticed your comment again on the "I'm greedy. I want all of you." That's so funny. Okay, not Car Key. Okay, you'll have to let us know, Jeffrey, which carols goes live at 10 o'clock a.m. today. So let us know. But let's see here. Let me cover. Oh, Carlos. Okay, there you go. That's Disney World Freak. Is I believe who Jeffrey was referring to. Let me look real quick, make sure I cover our stuff at the end of the stream. Mom says 42 days until Walt Disney World for us. So Mom's going to be there a little bit earlier than me and Jillian. We have another trip upcoming next month. Mom's going to be at the parks for her birthday, and it's going to be awesome. And Jillian and I are getting in a little bit later that week, but we're still going to have 3 days in the parks together. We're going to do Hollywood Studios on Friday and Magic Kingdom on Saturday and Animal Kingdom on Sunday. And then we got to fly home, unfortunately. So yeah, Jeffrey says yes. Yeah, it's Carlos, the Disney World Freak is his YouTube channel. Let's see here. So at the end, sorry, I'm going to try to wrap things up. So next week, so on Tuesday, we will be talking about Hocus Pocus for, let's see, Hocus Pocus. We're going to be talking about that for Movie Marathon Week. A lot of the channels from the liveplace.com, and shout out to Dean. Thank you so much, Dean, who manages the liveplace.com site. It's like a TV guide for family-friendly content, and he also has a YouTube channel, Dreamers Empire, with great content on it. But we're going to be participating in Movie Marathon Week, and on Tuesday we will be talking about Hocus Pocus. You know, it's a great time to talk about it. It is October. It is spooky season, and mom decided to roll with Hocus Pocus. So looking forward to talking about that on Tuesday, and it's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus, right? But it's a great show on Disney Plus. Looking forward to watching that again, to talk about it on Tuesday. Check out we started up a new show on Thursday, and we talked about some of the intro and chapter 1 of The Mandalorian. Yeah, thanks, Carol, for the Disney history. You're welcome. So on Thursdays at 12 o'clock Central, we're going to be talking about The Mandalorian. So if you will, please check that out. We had our first episode on Thursday of this week, October 1st. So if you will, check that out if you don't mind. But we'll be talking about each of the episodes from season 1 on Thursdays, leading up to season 2 coming out at the end of this month on October 30th for The Mandalorian. And I was actually along the lines of The Mandalorian real quick. Let me slide this in here at the end. Hallmark, if you like Christmas ornaments and Christmas trees, Hallmark is putting out, and it just released today, so hopefully they're still in stock. Mom got one this morning. I have to buy mine. Here's a Mandalorian, the child ornament, and they also have the Mandalorian Din Djarin ornament. They came out, as you can see, available October 3rd. So yeah, keep an eye out. I'm sure there's other really cool Disney ornaments. They always do a great job. Hallmark does with their Disney ornaments. So check that out. Just went on sale today. If you're a YouTube creator, then you should be using TubeBuddy. It is a tool that will analyze your videos for performance, give you suggestions on better titles, how to boost your views, and make better videos. We love it. Best of all, it's free. There is a paid version. But if you want to check out TubeBuddy, check out our affiliate link in the description below. Everybody head over to Dole Whip Dad's stream here at 9:15 Central, so here in 11 minutes. And let's see here. Stay tuned for next Saturday. It'll be either me or Mom. Like I said, Jillian's going to be busy next Saturday. It'll be either me or Mom on next Saturday for What's Brewing with the Bones. So be looking forward to seeing who the special guest will be that's doing What's Brewing with the Bones next Saturday. So let's see here. Just double checking. Special shout out to our ghost host moderators. Thank you for being here during our live streams every week. You're awesome. You're great people. We're so thankful to be friends with each and every one of you. Thank you so much. We love you. And shout out to everyone who is in the chat and everyone who's is ninja watching, is ghost watching. And shout out to everybody that's going to be watching on Team Replay. Shout out to Jeremy Ears Alert, Jeffrey Resendez, Colin Cropley, Danielle of Mickey's Girls, Keith BDF, Dean the Turkey Lexter, JLB Nerdy, T McNeil DCS, Car Key, Clay McKinney, and Happily Ever Yachty. Thanks to everyone for being here. It was a lot of fun this morning. Hopefully you had a good time. I know I did. But yeah, looking forward to next week's stream. Could be me, could be Mom. Stay tuned to find out. But again, we go live on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock Central, and then we have a new Thursday show talking about The Mandalorian at 12 o'clock Central, and then we have our weekly What's Brewing with the Bones show at 8:15 Central on Saturdays. So thanks again, everyone, for being here, and please hurry back. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend, and thank you so much for being here.